The Strait of Hormuz is barely 21 miles wide at its narrowest point. Right now, it is completely gridlocked. This single blocked artery is halting the movement of a massive portion of the world's daily oil supply. This map shows the immediate fallout across Asia. With the primary route severed, countries are scrambling. South Korea is attempting to secure and reroute crude oil shipments through Kazakhstan and Oman just to keep their industries running. The civilian impact is already hitting Europe. Nearly 1 in 5 gas stations across France are running completely dry as motorists fill their tanks after the holiday weekend. To break this blockade, U.S. President Donald Trump has issued a strict ultimatum. Iran must reopen the Strait of Hormuz by Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If the deadline passes, the threat is total destruction. The promised U.S. action targets Iran's civilian infrastructure, specifically threatening to blow up every power plant and bridge inside the country. Deliberately targeting civilian energy grids and bridges crosses a harsh line in military law. By publicly dismissing concerns over committing war crimes, the administration has pushed this standoff to the brink of an unrestrained war. Iran's response to the ultimatum is a flat rejection. They turned down a proposed 45-day temporary ceasefire, demanding permanent guarantees against future attacks before they will consider lifting the maritime blockade. Instead of backing down, Iranian President Pezeshkian claims to have mobilized 14 million volunteer citizens who are prepared to fight a ground invasion. This mobilization involves highly controversial tactics. The Revolutionary Guard's besiege force is actively recruiting children as young as 12, deploying them with firearms to man local security checkpoints. Integrating millions of civilians and children into the military apparatus serves a specific tactical purpose. Iran is using its massive population density as an asymmetric shield, effectively daring the U.S. to carry out a bombing campaign that would result in staggering civilian casualties. Meanwhile, Israel is already escalating its own operations. Their military issued explicit warnings in Farsi, telling Iranian civilians to stay off the national train networks, signaling a new wave of targets. Shortly after the warnings, Israeli airstrikes hit multiple sites across Iran, hitting both military bases and residential neighborhoods. These operations are not limited to the borderlands. Airstrikes directly hit targets inside the capital city of Tehran, demonstrating the depth to which Israeli forces have penetrated Iranian airspace. The violence is bleeding into neighboring Arab sites. Iranian drones struck the SABIC petrochemical complex in Jubail, Saudi Arabia, causing a fire and threatening Saudi energy infrastructure. That strike triggered immediate logistical lockdowns. The King Fahd Causeway, the only road connecting Saudi Arabia to the island of Bahrain, was abruptly shut down over fears of further Iranian attacks. In the background, regional powers are attempting to pull both sides back from the edge. Pakistan and Egypt are leading frantic, last-minute diplomatic mediations in an attempt to reach a settlement before the U.S. deadline expires. Regional violence is already sprawling across multiple borders. The 8 p.m. deadline now carries the weight of a potential multi-front, uncontrollable war. This chart visualizes the devastating human cost already incurred before the clock has even run out. We are looking at over 1,900 people dead in Iran, more than 1,400 killed in Lebanon, and 13 U.S. service members lost, along with millions of civilians newly displaced. The French foreign minister issued a blunt assessment of what comes next. Striking Iranian energy facilities will inevitably trigger a vicious circle of economic collapse and endless, escalating reprisals across the globe. Whether 8 p.m. brings a bombing campaign or a tense, temporary stand-down, the damage is done. The regional map has been redrawn by crossfire, leaving the global supply chains that once relied on its stability facing a new, volatile